G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 21 of my Lightning Deceiver playthrough with Dave the Deceiver here. Last episode we got up to, I think, Fort Ikon. It has been a few days since I played this character, but yep, does look like we got to Fort Ikon. And I've got some quests to turn in, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll push the buttons that give us all the buffs. And Karos is dead. We've hit Revered with the Black Legion. Now this is really, really good. So I don't really need any armor augments at the moment. My resistances are well and truly under control. But I will point out, when you get to Revered with, well, any faction, but specifically with the Black Legion, this is Black Legion or maybe Malmoth Resistance or, what was the other one? The Coven of Ugdenbog are the ones that I'm most interested in. But you get these armor augments. And Kingsguard powder here, this one's really good. 9% PS, 12% poison. Now, obviously, we don't really have poison issues because Blood of Dreeg. But for other characters, it would be really good to be able to basically fix poison and pierce resistance with just buying, 7 of these will get you 84% poison and acid. It's basically, you could go from 0 to capped with just these. And Mankind's Vigil probably gets used a little bit more, at least for my characters. I wouldn't mind a little bit more Aether resistance and Chaos. Now, obviously, these ones aren't super useful at the moment, but it does mean that something like, if I wasn't using this for the Inquisitor Seal damage, something like the Mark of Nacrothan here, this has got 42% Chaos resistance and plus 3 to Inquisitor Seal, which honestly is the only reason I'm really using it. And losing all of that Chaos resistance hurts. I mean, I can't really swap this out without getting another medal that has Chaos res. And in this case, 8% physique as well, because, yeah, we're a little short without that. But if I did want to swap this out, I could just buy, 5 of these, would give me 45%. And then chuck it on, and it would just be fine. So it opens up some gearing options. It does also make it a lot easier to swap out things. For example, the warding prefix on these boots, that's Aether resistance. Maybe instead I could find something with some damage on it or something like that. So you can trade resistance affixes for damage affixes, or maybe you want health or something else instead. Still defensive, but a different kind. So hitting Revered with these guys is really good. It also potentially means you can access their highest level and highest tier of faction gear. Now these boots, they are tempting because they have that physical resistance. But I think I'm going to keep my Exalted Treads for the lightning proc. Better resistances, honestly, and a little bit of damage there. Shoulders, maybe? Let's have a look at shoulders. I don't actually have any of this stuff down in the plan to use, so it's unlikely. But, something like this, Aether and Chaos, plus 2 to Doombolt, this could be good. Would lose a bit of armor, though, so yeah, probably not. But it's definitely worth having a look at this sort of stuff. And then they have a belt, right? Yeah, Legion Girdle. Okay, anyway, that's enough waffling there. Let's turn these quests in and get back to our quest. There's level 77. And we have Inquisitor Creed stuff here. Okay, so speak to Creed at Fort Ikon. I could just go there and do that, but I think I'm going to leave that for now. Calderos outside the Steps of Torment, I'm going to leave that as well. Same with the Hidden Path, and the Sacred Ashes is what I'm actually going to go ahead and do. So, let's jump on over to, we'll go to Fort Ikon and run backwards. Why not? I changed my mind. There's a totem here. If we go this way, there's a good chance. There's a good chance that we get a Forsaken Savage Totem, which is pretty good. Also, I do have that level up to spend, which, I mean, maybe? Let's, there he is. Okay, he's dead, cool. Am I going to do this while this is all active? I think I'm going to kill everything off first. you can stop that. I didn't kill him. Took out a third of a hero and didn't kill that random beast, question mark? Alright, I think we're good here. Let's throw down another one of these. Refresh the buffs. Get ready to curse everybody. Get ready to Doombolt everybody. There we go. Probably should turn that off as well. And looking good. The, I think I'm standing in something there. The big boom from the Doombolt is definitely fun. Alright, so we picked up a Relic Blueprint. Not something I'm going to use. Brimstone Shoulders, also not something I'm going to use. And looks like the only monster infrequent is a piercing damage weapon, so yeah, I'm not going to use that either. But this is all iron bits, I guess. So we'll pick all of that up. Let's go ahead and grab those. And I guess we can take a look at this while I'm here. So some more points in Blood of Dreig would be good. I don't really need this, but more points here does give me a bigger area of effect, so last priority, I guess. Definitely want some more points in Vigor for the health and armor. Definitely want some more points in Steel Resolve for the damage to Chthonics, specifically, and later, Eldritch. This stuff is kind of fine. Do I go... I mean, this is less damage from Chthonics and Eldritch. I think we just pump these. Actually, this has got resistances as well. I'll just max that out, then we'll go for the health. Health is kind of fine. I've got about 3, maybe 4,000 more than I kind of feel like I need. So, just going to let that ride. Okay, let's curse everybody with the Curse of Pain, or the Word of Pain. And then they can all just kind of die as I run past. So free XP, effectively. Throw one spell at them and then just keep walking. Works nicely. One thing I really have to keep an eye on is the Blood of Dreig. Without Blood of Dreig active, I don't have capped poison resist. So if I forget to push that in an area with any amount of poison damage, I'm probably just going to die. So hopefully I can remember. And just whenever I see it active, I'll try and push the button. We do have that ancient undead totem there, which obviously I'm going to do, because I like loot and XP. So I'm just going to clear the area first. Let's play the push the big boy button. It really is just kind of a kill this guy in particular kind of thing. Alright, let's turn the loot off. I'm going to wait for a second Inquisitor Seal. And let's pop it like it's hot. Throw lightning boxes out, throw doom bolts out. Everybody gets a doom bolt. Last one more. There we go, beautiful. Alright, we got a legendary. What do we get? We have got the Viper Fang Grips. Okay. Not quite as exciting as I might have liked. Glyph of Ashen Waste. Yeah, movement rune. Cool, I guess. Spectral Bludgeon is the only MI there, so none of this is particularly amazing. Probably should be checking... What am I looking for? Gloves, boots, maybe pants. And of course we can get the hidden loot. Wendigo main legs, that's a nice amount of armor. I think I have vitality conversion, right? Maybe I'll use those. Aether to elemental. Ah, the vitality is only on Doombolt. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe I don't use it. Maybe there's something else. Like I said, it's been a little while since I played this character, so I may be misremembering some things. I thought I had vitality to lightning conversion, but it may just be on the Doombolt from the weapon, and that's fine. The Wendigo main pants might be worth using just for the armor, honestly. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe, just thinking maybe chuck a few points in Word of Pain. Definitely Doombolt never gets old. It shouldn't be this much fun to just delete one guy It's just one guy, but it's so much fun. Alright, let's get through this. We've got to kill the Necromancers. So that's going to be Malkadar. Take out Malkadar. Shouldn't be too hard, actually. He's not particularly nasty. So we'll just get through here. I had a look at my gear before I started this episode, and it kind of looks like I've more or less updated most of it, aside from a couple of the monster infrequents. So honestly, I'm good for another 10-ish levels, I think. I don't need to go down here. There is the torch on the wall here, and there is technically a devotion shrine down there, and a treasure trove. So if you want the loot, you can go down. I think I'm just going to kill the boss and go ahead and leave, which is fine by me. So now I just hold down W, basically. Refresh curse every now and again. Keep the storm box active. Make sure I'm not standing in anything silly. I think I wasn't. Hated with Death Vigil, so that's going to be more bosses, which I'm okay with. If you want to see what that actually does exactly, now that I'm thinking about it, where is Death Vigil? So if you put your mouse over here, yeah, additional hero spawns at Hated, and then at Nemesis, you unlock Nemesis. Despised, you just get extra spawns. So getting extra heroes can't possibly be a bad thing. Alright, let's grab the loot, and then we can go turn this in. I think this is the last quest I'm going to do for Kaiman's Idiots. Because I think the next one they're going to try and send me into one of the Chthonian, like, demi-planes, or whatever they're called. The little pocket dimensions. Pretty sure the next one they want me to go kill... Can't remember his name. Anyway, we'll see what they want. Father Kaiman himself here. Have you dealt with their followers? Yes, I have. Okay, so bunch of reputation and iron. And what's next? Trial by fire. Yeah, so he's trying to send me into the Forsaken Void. Ben Gargoth. No, I'm not entering the Void. You absolutely can do it. It's a little rippy, especially on Ultimate, and it's just kind of not worth finishing the rest of their quest. If you have a look at the Kaiman's Chosen, where are they? And this is all alphabetical, and I just end up going to the wrong place. If you have a look at them, killing Chthonians gets you reputation, so you're going to get to Revered pretty quickly, pretty easily anyway, so I'm happy to just leave that. Let's head on up to Fort Ikon and have a bit of a chinwag with our good friend Creed. And then we can go and kill as a Lucius. So here he is. What happened? He's been possessed. It will be done. We can grab the supplies quest here as well, if I can click on the right buttons. And now seems like a decent time to vendor all this junk. Now, I'm wearing a monster infrequent helmet, so that's no good to me. Boots, though, I could definitely do with some boots. Does 20% movement speed actually help me? No, it doesn't. So these boots are just a pile of health, which means no. Gloves-wise, I need a ton of bleeding resist there, don't I? 24, so I need like 30%. Yeah, 30% from my gloves until I can get another source. Okay, so gloves need bleeding resist or no bueno. As far as pants go, the Fate Weaver's leggings, they do have that really nice physical resistance on them. But otherwise, Prismatic Barrier is kind of whatever. And then a little bit of Aether and Elemental. Yeah, it's kind of cool. These ones wouldn't be horrible. Just keep those for a second. Winter Storm is not horrible as well. The Ice Spike is an Elemental, so we do actually have some cold. Not as much as Lightning, but we do have, you know, decent amount of cold percentage. So that's not horrible. But I think if anything, we take these ones for the lightning damage on that proc there. And we can just vendor all the rest of this. What were those pants? Stanching of the Cabal. Okay. We could maybe use these. And also, let me just hang on to those. I don't think I'm going to change anything, but I definitely might. These are some really good resistances as well. And remember, I've just unlocked the augments from the Black Legion, so I could actually plug any Aether resistance holes with that. Okay, I think we're good. What was that, ring? Nope. New pants? No, no new pants. No resistances, so we get rid of them. Okay, and then the War Chief's Glory. Nice bleeding resistance for sure, but doesn't have +1 to skills, so no. Alright, let's just have a quick play here. Now, this is a little bit more armor. This is actually less armor, so probably not. But if I chuck that on, and then I chuck these on, yeah, see, it's just not happening. Okay, I think the gain in armor is probably nowhere near enough to actually be worth it. So let's just go kill Lucius. Aether resistance, 22 over. I'm kind of fine with that. Physique at 45. Let's get some spirit and maybe walk away from those. Alright, so most of the trash through here, I can probably just throw Word of Pain at it and walk away. Maybe Doombolt some of the bigger stuff and just keep walking. So these guys, Word of Pain, keep walking. I mean, Doombolt's fun as well, so there is always that. There is up here as well, there's some loot hidden in the wall, which I can't remember who pointed that out, or more like complained that I wasn't picking it up, which is fair enough considering I do tend to pick up all the loot hidden in the walls and say, oh, isn't it fun to pick these up? Yeah, it is, it is. A lot of that stuff I've just kind of gotten into the habit of not picking up because it requires a little bit of walking. And that's just too much effort. Alright, so we can pick these up. Free dynamite. This is my quest item, the Legion supplies. I don't know how they fit all of their supplies in that one crate, but anyway, here we are. And there is loot in the walls, let's say, just here as well. But, I mean, it's just here. Don't usually get anything good out of it. I will, however, drop in there and just have a look. Rampage of Corrosion. Okay, that has bleeding resistances on it. I think I may have just let Blood of Dreeg run out. That would have been silly. I just mentioned that I need to, I think I need to fix my poison and acid resist so I don't have that massive hole without it. Doombolt also pretty good at opening boxes. What was I looking at? The shoulders, wasn't it? Yeah. So level 80, same amount of armor. So these are actually level 70 shoulders. But some good resistances. Aether, I'm at 22, but I have enough armor slots that Kingsguard powder would definitely fix that problem. So maybe I swap those when I get to level 80. It's a little ways away though. I'll probably sell them, let's be honest. Or I'll put them in the pile and then forget that the pile exists and just keep rolling. Which is also fine. Alright, so Lucius is kind of my test enemy, my test boss for how good is your damage. So if I can kill him before the meteors come out, I'm going to say damage is good. If I can kill him just after the meteors or while they're coming down, damage is acceptable. And anything after that, maybe I need to start looking for some more damage. So, let's go. Alright, we're looking good actually. So he always does, he throws his balls at you, then he shoots you with the flamethrower. And then here comes the meteors. Yeah, I mean, no meteors. I'm going to say that's fine. Sigil of the Bear King. Lucius' Blade Arm. I really need to do like an Aether Force Wave build with this at some point. I don't know if I'm going to, but I keep saying, every time I see this weapon, I keep saying, I really want to do a build with this thing. And then there's just so many really good builds to play. And I keep getting requests from people to redo the hardcore achievement guide as well, so I think that one might be a soon, in air quotes, which, you know, early next year likely. So many builds, so little time. Okay, we'll destroy the barrier. Let's just push through here. You don't actually need to go back and turn those in straight away. What I do need to do is not blow myself up, so Word of Pain conveniently showing me where those are. Don't have to be scared of Locksmere anymore, which is nice. We can just walk straight through here like we own the place, and not have to worry about Shadow Strike into all your buffs go away into now you're dead, which is usually how an encounter with Locksmere goes if you're not watching for it. So as long as you stay out of Port Valbury, you'll be fine. We have got a hero here. I might actually kill him. Throw a Stormbox up. Doombolt him. There we go. Chilled, exalted band of the Untamed. I'm definitely being slowed by every man and his dog. Curse him up, throw a box on, Doombolt, down he goes. Alright, we're good. Lovely. I do like that the enemies trigger those as well. I mean, fair's fair, right? And I think that's probably fine. We can leave the rest. So everything except the big hulks, you can pretty much just throw Word of Pain on and call it done. Let's head back to Fort Ikon and turn these in. Maybe hit, yeah, probably hit 78. Now, I have Revered with Homestead, and I also have Revered with Black Legion. I'm more interested in keeping Black Legion revered, so I'm going to give the Black Legion the supplies. And we're going to see Homestead has reached Honored, yeah. Lost Revered, but it is what it is. That's kind of, it's fine, it's fine. I probably should have a look at those, actually. Shoulders, Rampage of Corrosion, I'll hang on to those for the moment. The jewelry, no, ooh. Ice Spike, no, I don't need more damage. I mean, I kind of want more damage. That is a lot of resistances. Is that 135%? And if you split the elemental, it's a 185% on one item. That's actually really good. That is crazy good. I'm gonna hang on to that. It's not a monster infrequent, so it's not great, but it does look interesting. It might be useful at some point. Let's just call it that. Okay, we don't do this quest. I mean, I guess we do actually, because yeah, I guess we have to. Okay, what do you need? Continue. I will deal with the threat. And did we side with the outcast? We did, so what is it? Continue. I will deal with the witch. Dealing with the witch is going to consist of me running down there and going, nah, you're cool, and then leaving. I do want to do this now. We were friends, we shall remain friends, I can't help you right now. So I did lose Revered with the Black Legion, which kind of sucks, but I am about to go and slay the Herald of Destruction as well, so it should be fine. Damage to Chthonics and Eldritch. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm going to max both of those out anyway, so it doesn't really matter which one happens first. Herald of Destruction. Let's go. So we're looking at the immolation here. Dead Man's Gulch. And one thing to note about this, I think I went through this when I did this area on normal difficulty. Make sure you have a crystal. And then we're going to make this trip down there in 2 steps. So first step is just to get to kind of the halfway point. There's a little dog leg off the side. We're going to stop there. Here it is. And we'll just wait here. There is some enemies up there, the tainted manticores. So actually, manticore eyes. Let's go get some manticore eyes, maybe. There's a hero here, so we can doombolt that. Manticore eye, lovely. Alright, did I only get one? Only got one, but, you know, worth. So that's the first leg. And the second one, we go right to the end. Now, if you want to, you can just use an Aether Cluster, and it'll be fine. I'm going to... You know what? I am going to use it. I didn't want to. I probably didn't need to since all my circuit breakers fired. But, it's fine. It's used now. I probably should have just used it in the first place. Can't hit that. Why can't I hit that? I'm pushing the Doombolt button and nothing's happening. I'll have to drop it next to it. Okay, got him. I didn't really need that Aether Crystal, but I mean, you show me something that I can't kill, and I'm gonna want to kill it. Okay, so I'm going to clear out the area. Never, ever, ever stop anywhere that isn't on an Inquisitor seal in here. Keep an eye on your health. There's my Aether Cluster back, which is good. Got an Ancient Totem here, which is questionable. I'm not sure I really want to do that when we're in here. Alright, we'll blow this guy up. Blow this guy up, and then the Herald should be kind of here-ish, I think. Maybe a little bit further north. Yeah, a little bit further north. Okay, gotta get the crystals though. So here he is. Where is he? Oh, he should be here. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, so I was a little bit too far south, which is fine. All right, curse you, throw you, all the buttons. Doombolt. So health is definitely going down. I feel like I'm standing in something bad there. Yeah, I think I'm just standing in the goop there, the Aether ground. Because as soon as I back off, I stop taking huge amounts of damage. So it's almost certainly that. That's alright, I can Doombolt him from here. It's nice, like, his health just tick, 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 and then Doombolt goes off and he takes a huge chunk. Alright, so we've got a Defiler's Storm Herald of Frostbite. We stood in the goop long enough to trigger Turtle Shell and everything else again. Am I going to use this? No. I don't think so anyway. Let's have a look here. 100% Chaos and Vitality, that's all good. Same amount on that, because that's all standard. It's based on your level. Stun duration, I mean, Frostbite is cold stuff. Yeah, this is actually worse than my level 61, so that's fine. But, you know, quest complete. We get a bunch of Aether Shards, a few more up here, as well as a Dynamite. So guaranteed free Dynamite just over this way. 2 guaranteed free Dynamites. Okay, I have to admit I was only expecting 1, but I will take the second one as well. Stonehide Gloves, potentially really good. And give me my Aether Crystals, please. Beautiful. Alright, let's get out of here before I kill myself. Nearly happened there. Twice, actually, I nearly killed myself in that. So, if you do want to skip that quest, I definitely understand. But that is where we get our Monster Infrequent weapon from, so... You're gonna have to go kill him eventually, unless you want to go back to normal. There's Revered with Black Legion again, so... Good stuff. Alright, how are we doing for time? Half an hour. I think I think I can probably kill... I want that back. I think I can probably kill the... I want to call him the Leviathan. No, the Loghorrean. I think I can get the Loghorrean in half an hour. May have to motor a bit though, so let's put this car into third gear and get a wriggle on. I think there's still enough people in my audience who understand manual cars to get the reference. Actually, one of the girls I work with, she's quite young, maybe 20 something, and she's got an automatic license. And the other thing that really weirds me out is she actually can't read an analog clock, which is somewhat concerning. But anyway, not my circus, not my monkey. It's fine. A little bit disappointed in her parents, sort of thing, but again, not my circus, not my monkeys. Just kind of, yeah, a little bit concerning. All right, blocked off, which is not great. Does mean this takes a little bit longer. I think I can go this way. Here we go, Chthonians. That's what I've been spending all my points on, getting extra damage to Chthonians. And here's the Devotion Shrine. I don't really need to do the Devotion Shrine. Definitely just wasted an Aether Crystal, so that's fun. Like I said, I don't really need to do this, but it is basically free loot, so... Okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's get back down here. Curse everybody up. Push all of the buttons. Get over there. This is gonna disappear here in a second, so I'll put another one down. Curse, curse, curse. Doom Bolt. Like, should be in an anime or something, where I yell out the name of my attack just before I do it. Can you hurry up and die so I can get my loot? Thanks. Alright, I see the Rift Gate. That's where I want to be. Let's go over there. We've got a little bit of a fight on our hands here. These guys are the ones that I'm actually a little bit scared of. Not super scared of them, but if there's anything in here that's actually going to hurt me, it's going to be them. So we'll just throw all of the buttons at them. You need to not hit me with that, please. You also, I need you to go away. Alright, beautiful. Grab the loot, and we can eat our conversation pie, and then head north. So, Ulgrim, took me long enough. Well, you know, maybe if you'd helped instead of just standing around, teleporting in once I've done all the work. Right, skill points. More damage to Chthonians, and you know what? More spirit as well. Okay, so we have got to blow up the wagons. There is also an Exalted Stash in this area. And there is also a totem. So totem could have been there, it's not. This area is one that it's probably worth going to all of the totem places, just so as you can see them from further away on the map. Is it down there? It's not down there. Okay, so wagon not there. Totem here, I am going to actually poke my head in there. Level 79, it's catching up. I've already spent all those points. Level 79 was a little while ago. Okay, don't need to go over there. I've already worked out that the eastern wagon was at the first spawn point, so I've already got that one. Here's my Exalted Stash. I'll take that. Hellforge leg plates, fire stuff, yeah. It's heavy armor, so maybe. But, yeah, unlikely. Let's keep pushing. We've still got a totem. There it is. And 2 more carts. The other cart should be kind of here-ish, maybe? Maybe? Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. You and you need to stop doing the things that you're doing. Shrewd of the Arcane Winds. No. Let's get rid of that. Okay, he's getting healed from these guys. And I'm standing in something that's resetting my cooldowns. Skill disruption. Definitely standing in lightning as well. But that's fine. Circle of You Can't Hurt Me is doing its job. Andros's Amplifier, one-handed gun. +1 to Inquisitors is not horrible, but obviously we're not using that. Guardsman's Helm, Empowered, Alvaric's Rebuke. That is lightning stuff. That is a mace, so we're not using that either. And I think we just pick all this up and vendor it. Eat the blueprints. Got any more of them blueprints? Nope, we're looking good. Okay, so we just need the northern blood wagon, which ironically is probably going to be the southernmost wagon. There it is. Is that the most southern? It's got to be close. And the other one was here, I guess, so no. No is the answer. But it's not far off, and they're calling that the northern one. Okay. Let's get in there. Okay, at this point, if you're... I really need to remember that. If you're coming in here to fight the Loghorrean, you want... Hang on. Sorry, I'm just blanking on this for a second. You want poison and acid resistance, you want chaos resistance, you want vitality resistance, and you want to be able to remember what you're talking about halfway through a sentence. It's when your train of thought rather, gets derailed and smashed to pieces and thrown over the side of a bridge and just have no idea what you were just saying. It's probably early onset dementia, let's be honest. Do I want the loot down here? Probably not, but hey. Free loot, right? 2 rares. No, I got a blue and a rare. Okay, what were those pants? Shade leather leggings. These are actually much better than they look. That 8% chance to avoid melee attacks is basically like 8% damage reduction. It's not, but it's kind of the same. If you squint a little bit, they sort of look the same. Alright, I do want to do this because loot, so, you know what, I'm not really worried about those guys, so let's just pop this. Turn the loot off, because obviously I need to see stuff. And last one, Void Fiend Hellion, there we go. What did we win? Pretty much nothing, actually. Obsidian Cleaver, good for a Force Wave build. Unfortunately, not a whole lot else going on there. We do also have this little hidden room. I skipped this hidden room here as well. Just on the wall here is another one of these things. So if you are interested in that, then definitely go get it. That one's got a whole room full of loot, not just one chest. I think it's 3 or 4 good chests in that room. Actually, let's go get it. I shouldn't. I should be watching the clock and going, I don't have time for this, and then not doing it. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run all the way back and do it anyway. Okay, I actually didn't know about this, so that's pretty neat. I found something new. I actually did not know that was there. I was trying to run through here and, well, the map doesn't really show elevation too well. That's on me. That's my fault. Alright, let's pop that. We'll go in here. Now this, like I said, this has got several chests that are pretty good. Got that one, you've got this one, you got another one over here. And usually there's some enemies that spawn in here as well. Blood Fury Spaulders, hey, there we go. Some enemies. Blood Fury Spaulders are definitely not something I'm interested in. But it's also not horrible. Not for this build, for sure, but good for a bleeding or a vitality build. Alright, we're done here. No more getting sidetracked. No more finding cool little hidden loot rooms on the side that you didn't know about. None of that. We're getting out of here. We're gonna go beat the log monster. Here we go. Speaking of monsters, I hate these things. He is using Force Wave though, which is cool. I've never noticed that before. I think usually I end up dead before they get to use it. There we go. Superior of the Abomination. Keep in mind, he was hitting me with this, so 300% extra damage, plus a bunch of extra flat damage. I definitely don't love that, but I have absolutely been attacked by much scarier obsidian battle axes. So there is that silver lining. All right, we have the green worm, Bane Galgalore, I think it is, coming up here. I guess I can Doombolt the loot bubble. That's fine. And yeah, I haven't seen him, so he's definitely here in front of the door. Bane, it is Bane Galgalore. Look at me go. Can I remember useful information? No. Names of random bosses? Sometimes. Alright, 2 blueprints is good. What do we get there? Infernal Knight's Face Guard. Okay, so this is a level 75 set, so nothing too fancy to write home about. But hey, it's a full set if you want to transmute it. I am actually going to head back to town for a second here. Alright, we'll go to Devil's Crossing. Why? Because I scrolled all the way down there. Why did I do that? I don't know. I wanted that shoulders, didn't I? Yeah, I wanted to keep those, so let's keep those. Keeping that ring as well. And the rest of this, I think, can go... That's not a bad chest. No, that's fine. We have Monster Infrequent chest when I go and farm it. Probably at 84. I think Grim Tools may be incorrect on when that chest drops. Or I've just been incredibly unlucky with the drop chance. That's also... Let's be honest, it's more likely I've been unlucky than that Grim Tools is just wrong. As much as I would like to believe that averages mean I should get one in 20 kills, that's definitely not how they work. Okay, we're good. Actually, while I'm here, I am actually going to grab a resistance potion, just in case. So without... hang on, what do we got here? That one? Oh, +1 cultist? Do I have any occultist stuff? Yeah, there we go. So without Blood of Drig, I have minus 30% poison and acid. So I definitely want to use one of those. Now, I'm still at 0. So I should probably go and get Kingsguard stuff, actually. Let's go do that. And do not clear my rift again. It would be incredibly embarrassing to do it a second time in the same place. That may not have been this character, but I think the last time I accidentally rifted somewhere else and cleared my rift, it was in that area. You are not the Black Legion. You are Homestead. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to chuck these on every piece of armor I have. Is this necessary? No. No, if you can get good, then you don't need to do this. But I am worried that I'm really bad at pushing those in a boss fight, and I'm worried that's going to fall off halfway through the Loghorrean fight, and then he's going to just delete me with his spew. So I'm going to take steps to not allow myself to commit suicide by Satan's fleshlight. And instead, I'm going to fix my massive poison resistance hole and just make sure it can't happen. You are reflecting, so I'm just going to go over here. Should be far enough away that you are no longer reflecting. And now you can have all of the damage. There we go. Okay, that went better than I expected. Right, so this is my least favorite area, or maybe second after the undergrowth. But certainly one of my least favorite areas in the game. And the reason why is because I'm forever running into dead ends and having to double back and such. And it just happens every single time. So I'm going to run up this way and hope that it's open, I guess we'll call it. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Let's take this out. I am definitely not used to having all these buttons again. I got used to it. I was used to the piano. And then I didn't play this character for quite a while. I think it's been... Hang on, let me check when it was. 15th. It's now the 25th. It's been 10 days. And yeah, it definitely feels like something that I don't know how to play anymore. Alright, anyway, in better news, totem destroyed, and we can go up here. So here's the first dead end. This door, this should be open. It's not, so I get to go around. Let's see if this way is blocked as well. It looks like it's good. It does look like it's good. Yes, yep. We can go all the way here. Lovely. Okay, so we've made it to the boss. Or the gate boss, the door boss. No, I haven't. Oh, is this actually blocked? Oh no, here we go. We're still good, we're still good. This was definitely taking the long way around, but doubling back not required. There's a devotion shrine up here from memory. Although we have definitely shown that my memory is not something you can trust. See that? I absolutely forgot Blood of Drig again there. Alright, I think... Yeah, everybody's dead, which is good. So let's run over here. Put down the circle of you can't kill me, push all of the buttons, and Doombolt. And now we basically just hold down Doombolt. Push the healing buttons, push the curse buttons. Give myself a new place to stand. Doombolt the wrong guy, which definitely doesn't help. And okay, we're good to go. So resistance-wise, you want chaos, you want vitality, you definitely want poison. When his mouth glows green, he's spitting poison damage at you. And if you happen to have, oh, I don't know, for example, let's say minus 30% poison and acid resistance, then it's really going to hurt. What am I getting here? 115%. So I'm 4% over, even without Blood of Drig, so I'm going to say that's safe-ish. I'm pretty sure I can literally just stand in front of this guy and blow him up. So I'm going to try and do that. If I hold down W, then there's the poison spew. Health bar didn't noticeably move, which is good. I do need to put down a new seal for myself. Let's do that now. Throw some storm boxes on these dudes. Go back to Doombolting the boss. I think I just wasted a Doombolt. Okay, still getting sundered. Still kind of doesn't matter. I do want to look at this guy's shoulders though. So we are using Doombolt now. Getting a decent pair of shoulders from him seems like it might be a good idea. I see a health bar here, but I don't know what it is. It might have been his. This little wormy thing's health bar. Okay, so Loghorrean Strove. We got the Shadow Weave leggings again. I didn't want them the first time. I'm almost certainly not going to wear them the second. Devastating of Frostbite. Okay, not great. Also not horrible. +3 to Doombolt, I like. The lack of armor on these is not great. Do I need to piercing resist? That is the actual question. No, because I just put infinity +1 piercing resist on all my other gear, so no, I do not. Let's chuck that in the pile. I'm probably going to use this just for the +3 to Doombolt. Doesn't have horrible resistances, but those are not great. Pack of Deadly Means. No. Does let you dual wield weapons. +4 to Horn of Gandar is not horrible either. Alright. So there we go. Loghorrean down. Pretty easy fight, actually. Not that I'm super surprised, because I did say at the start that I was pretty sure I could just stand in front of him and blow him up. Which, as it turns out, yes. But no nasty surprises is always good. And I think we can turn the quest in. What do we get? Tainted Ruby of Gardal. +1 to Inquisitor Amulet. Okay, I like that. 2 resistance. Actually, you know what? Can you just not? Thanks. And where did it go? First page. There it is. Okay. So, the Flame of Gardal is a buff that's always on. Adds a bunch of flat firing chaos. Adds a bunch of attack damage converted to health. Slows enemies. Alright, that's not... I mean, it's not a bad thing. Do we do weapon damage on Doombolt? I think we do. Maybe not. No. This is definitely tempting. So I would gain bleeding resist, which I want that. Less damage from Chthonics would have been really nice for the last section. The elemental damage is better than the lightning damage I have currently. Chaos damage kind of doesn't matter. If we've got weapon damage on Doombolt, which I don't think I do, but if we do, or if we can get it, then that flat firing chaos will be added onto Doombolt, and then the chaos at least will be converted to lightning. So that is interesting. May not actually end up using it, but it is interesting. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.